In this video, we're going to be looking over this Canon SureShot Z180u date 35mm film camera. And in order to check this over, I have a battery and a scrap roll of film, and these don't come with it, they're just here for our testing purposes. And I hope that in making this video, I'm going to demonstrate all the things that you would want to see if you were holding the camera in your hand and assessing its condition. So to get started, we're going to load a battery, and we open the battery door here. We see it's nice and clean right there. And we put in this CR2 battery, positive side up, close the door, and we can see now on the back the display is flashing these dashes, so it's ready to set the date and the time. So the way you do that on this camera is to push this mode date and get just that row showing, and then hold this set button here, and it comes up to 1104, and we are just going to advance that up so we can see now there we're at 22, which is the current year right now. So let's just see how far that goes. 30, 40, 47, 48, 49, 2050 before it goes back down to 2004 again. So that's pretty good. So we can easily set that up for, well, I went past it, but you could set all of that and the time and that. And so that all seems to work, and it's good for a very long time yet, so that's good to know. Now let's open up the camera and load this film. We press the little latch there. As we do that, we see there's quite a fancy looking lens inside here, right there, almost right at the film plane. That looks pretty good, whatever that is. And we'll take our scrap roll of film and put in this side, put the little tail in on this side, make sure that's lined up right, close the film door. We hear it winding, and it stopped at position 1 here. So let's point this here kind of back at us and turn the camera on. There we saw the lens extended. It moved to focus and took the picture, and now the counter is advanced to 2. Now it's set for auto flash, but what I want to do is set that to forced flash, so now it will flash no matter what. And let's point that at us again here and see that. Flash certainly went off. I don't know how well it showed on video, but it was bright. Now I'm going to shut that flash. Well, let's do it here with the little what do they call that, for the kind of a pre-flash, but to dilate the pupils before the flash. And I think on this camera, yes, it's this light right here comes on and then the flash. Now let's disable the flash, shut that off, and try the self timer. So now we've got that there. And let's just point this back at us here and start it. And it just flashes here to remind us as we're running to be in the picture. So we'll watch that cycle complete. And it did. The other thing we should check on is the zooming of the lens. Now this zooms out a very long way. And it's quite smooth. So we can see that. And I did verify that the viewfinder zooms with it. So at this point now, I think what I want to do is just pop off the rest of the pictures. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I've got it set on timer still. So it has to do that. Okay. So now we're going to disable that timer and just go back to normal shooting. And we're on picture number 6. I think there's only 7 or 8 on this little roll. Okay, yeah. So now it's rewinding. 6, 5, 4, and we'll see that it will keep winding a little bit past the 1 to make sure it winds the film all the way back into the housing. And now it's flashing the little film symbol. So now it's safe to open this up, and we can take the film out, and it's all wound back into the cartridge. And if this were a good roll of film, we could process that. While we have the back open, let's just look here. This camera does have some, on the door here, some channels and seals and areas here, and it looks like everything is intact here along the perimeter, and that everything should mate up well. Pressure plate is sprung, and that looks good. This little knob right here is for adjusting the view in the eyepiece there to adjust so that if you wear glasses you can get this likely set so you don't need your glasses when you look through, if you prefer to do that. The back snaps shut nicely. I do see there's a couple of little dings right there on the finish. Should pull out that battery since that's not included. But all in all, it's a fairly nice example of this camera. Used, but certainly not abused. You know, a little bit of evidence of abrasions and little bumps here and there. But pretty nice example.